Hey there! August has been such a fun month in terms of reading for us. We were wrapping up this summer fun and starting to move back into academics, and we read everything from like language arts curriculum readers to historical fiction, like powerful historical fiction from Corrie ten Boom, and we've had a variety of books for all the ages, which we're going to get into right now. So I'm sharing everything my kids and I read this month. Let's get started. All right, friends. Well, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Melissa. I'm a homeschool mom and a licensed teacher. I have 4 kids who are currently 12, 10, 8, and 6. We are homeschooling and we love to read. And I really like to read too. I feel like it's a really powerful part of our homeschool and I love sharing those things. So if you're up for that or you're just looking for some new books for your family to get into, this is the place. We got a whole playlist on this, so go ahead and check this out. You can kind of see what we've been up to for the last few months. I would love to get started on these books. I'm going to break it down by age. You can always check the timestamps down below if you're looking for a particular age, okay? So we're going to start with the youngest of the bunch, our 6-year-old. Now, she is finishing first grade. We kind of homeschool year-round. We take breaks when we've got family visiting or when we're traveling, but we have been working on The Good and the Beautiful's first grade curriculum, and there are these little readers that you print out. And so that's kind of what we've been working on with her. She loves Fancy Nancy still. Every month we kind of go through that. I have put a little bit of a pause on Fancy Nancy at nap time though. When she goes to take a nap, I have her grab one of our DK readers. I'll put some of those up here. There are many. That is an understatement. There are many. There are so many different topics, and these are a really good introduction to nonfiction for little kids. They've got great pictures, images, photos, captions under the photo, subtitles on sections. Again, these are all book elements, story elements of nonfiction, and so it's really important to kind of point those out as we go along. We have read the jungle animals one, the dentist one, there's a Fancy Nancy one that we do have, and there are many others, but these are just a few that we've been picking up. So go ahead and check those out if your littles are starting to kind of get into the groove with a little bit of nonfiction. All right, up next is our 8-year-old. He continues to love the Boxcar Children. We have, I don't know, like 15 of these that I picked up at a garage sale. So he picked up Mike's Mystery by Gertrude Chandler Warner, as well as at our library, we got Max and the Midnights by Lincoln Pierce. Fantastic, kind of comic-y graphic novel type book, fantastic, as well as Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. Really fun book of Hunger Games fame. Suzanne Collins is a fantastic writer, and I really enjoy her books, but I was really happy to see that our library got a copy of this. He's working through that chapter by chapter, one a day, as part of his language arts kind of personal reading time. So that's another one that he's working through. Our 10-year-old has been working through The Last Quintista. This is part of her assignments in Curio's Newbery Book Club. Disclaimer, we are Curio. My husband and I run Curio, which is a fantastic place to find really helpful classes and resources for your homeschool or your traditionally schooled kiddos. We would love to have you join us for a class. This Newbery Book Club is a really good opportunity, kind of a good complement to your typical language arts curriculum, where we take on a different book at different times of the year. Typically, they're about 6 to 7 weeks long. You get a printable book study, as well as the weekly 50-minute live sessions where we meet online and we discuss this. It's a fantastic way to use that social pressure that often comes with this kind of middle school age, but in a positive way. So, hey, my friends are going to be in that class and I want to understand what I read. I want to do my homework. It's not cool not to read. That's the sort of thing that happens. We keep it fun, we keep it light. There are the optional essays, 2 essays per book. So if you're looking for the academic rigor that goes with that, that's in there as well. So The Last Quintista by Donna Barba Higuera, fantastic book. Great if your kiddos happen to know some Spanish as well. A really good use of Spanglish if we want to condone that, which we particularly love in our house. The next one is The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. fantastic, classic historical, I wouldn't even say it's historical fiction, right? It's the story of Corey's family and how they worked to help Jews escape the Holocaust in the Netherlands. So go ahead and check that out. That's a really great one, and I am going to snap it up when she finishes and read it again. I read it a few years ago and I need a refresher. So really good one. Our 12-year-old is also doing Newbery Book Club. So she's reading The Last Cuentista. How do we do this with multiple kids? Now, we don't have the printed version of the book, unfortunately. I'm ready to get a copy of it. We use Libby, the Libby app. And so we have a couple defunct phones, and on our computers, we can use the Libby app. So it connects to our library cards, and we're able to get the audiobook and the ebook there. There is also a video on YouTube with the first 5 chapters. So if you're just looking to get kind of a teaser of what the audiobook looks like or sounds like, you can find that on YouTube. Next one is this trilogy by Nancy Farmer, who is a multiple Newbery Award winner. This is like the Sea Trolls series, okay, the trilogy. So the Sea of the Trolls, The Land of the Silver Apples, and The Islands of the Blessed by Nancy Farmer. I read the first one alongside her, and it was cool. It was just not my cup of tea, but I wanted to read it to understand kind of what was going to be in there. It kind of feels like Lord of the Rings meets The Girl Who Drank the Moon, if you've ever read that. So there's a little bit of like fantasy magic type thing, but also like this quest that they're going on. So very cool trilogy. She loved it. She, devoured it in a few days, but we had those books in our library, which we picked up. Now, on to me. I love a good audiobook. So when you look at the quantity that I read this month, I was like, wow, go me. But I was also doing a lot of organizing, doing a lot of cleaning around the house. So I had my headphones in and was listening to a lot of these books. Clear theme of historical fiction and let's see, historical fiction. So 2 authors in particular, Kelly Rimmer and Marie Benedict. I have loved these Marie Benedict books. Picked 2 of them up at our library. The other, Einstein, which is about Einstein's first wife. As well as The Carnegie's Maid, which was a fantastic look at a lady's maid to Andrew Carnegie's mother, who then learned a lot from Andrew Carnegie on business and things like that. So really interesting stories. As the personal librarian, this is the story of, I don't want to give away everything, but personal librarian to JP Morgan. This librarian is trained, but she has kind of a secret that she has to manage during her time as librarian. Ends up being super successful as his librarian, but definitely has a lot of challenges to deal with along the way. And finally, The First Ladies. I am like in the final chapters of this book. The First Ladies is about Mary Bethune, Dr. Mary Bethune, and Eleanor Roosevelt. And Mary Bethune was an educator, a leader in civil rights during the Great Depression era and a little bit before. And of course, Eleanor Roosevelt was FDR's wife. And so their partnership, their friendship in moving forward various parts of civil rights legislation and things like that for that era was fascinating. Really cool. Obviously, this is historical fiction, so there's quite a bit of backstory there, but there's all these facts that kind of get woven in. So really fun from Marie Benedict, as well as Kelly Rimmer. So The German Wife, wow, really heavy, really interesting. Just gives the perspective of a Nazi Party member's wife as they are transferred to the United States under Operation Paperclip, which was bringing many German scientists, high-level German rocket scientists in particular, to the U.S. to help work on, keeping the USSR at bay, basically. So that was an interesting one, as well as The Warsaw Orphan. Again, very heavy, but very hopeful, and a good look at Poland. Poland before and after World War II, and kind of what that looked like as Russian forces stepped in to help govern Poland after World War II ended. So very interesting, very helpful to understand. Finally, my outlier, Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. Patiently waited my turn on Libby for this book to come up, and was just really fascinated by his portrayal of how tuberculosis still ravages many of the places on Earth. And in his words, the cure is everywhere the disease isn't, and the disease is everywhere the cure is not. So Partners in Health, a really fantastic organization, has been working in Haiti, among other places, to help with this. But if you haven't read it, I encourage you to read it. It will impact you. Again, highlights of this month's reading: historical fiction, trilogy with the Nancy Farmer book. So we're all over the map, really, but I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of what could be a good next read for you or your kids. I would love to hear in the comments what your family is reading. Don't forget to leave those below. And if this was helpful, make sure you like and subscribe for more homeschool and bookish content. You guys, if nobody's told you yet today, thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. It's really important. Happy teaching.